আজি সংবিধান দিৱস আৰু এই সংবিধান দিৱসৰ উপলক্ষে ৰাজভৱনত ৭২ সংখ্যক সংবিধান দিৱস উদযাপন কৰা হয়। অনুষ্ঠানত অংশগ্ৰহণ কৰে ৰাজ্যপাল জগদীশ মুখী, গুৱাহাটী উচ্চ ন্যায়ালয়ৰ প্ৰাক্তন মুখ্য ন্যায়াধীশ বি.পি. কটকী, ৰাজ্যিক শিক্ষা বিভাগৰ উপদেষ্টা ননী গোপাল মহন্ত। অনুষ্ঠানত মুখ্য অতিথিৰূপে উপস্থিত থাকে অসম বিধানসভাৰ অধ্যক্ষ বিশ্বজিৎ দৈমাৰী। অৱশ্যে অনুষ্ঠানত দেখা নগল শাসকীয় দলৰ কোনো মন্ত্ৰী বিধায়কক। আমি দৰ্শকসকলক জনাই আছো আজি সংবিধান দিৱস আৰু এই সংবিধান দিৱসৰ উপলক্ষে ৰাজভৱনত ৭২ সংখ্যক সংবিধান দিৱস উদযাপন কৰা হয়। অনুষ্ঠানত অংশগ্ৰহণ কৰে ৰাজ্যপাল জগদীশ মুখী, গুৱাহাটী উচ্চ ন্যায়ালয়ৰ প্ৰাক্তন মুখ্য ন্যায়াধীশ বি.পি. কটকী, ৰাজ্যিক শিক্ষা বিভাগৰ উপদেষ্টা ননী গোপাল মহন্ত। অনুষ্ঠানত মুখ্য অতিথিৰূপে উপস্থিত থাকে অসম বিধানসভাৰ অধ্যক্ষ বিশ্বজিৎ দৈমাৰী। অৱশ্যে অনুষ্ঠানত দেখা নগল শাসকীয় দলৰ কোনো মন্ত্ৰী বিধায়কক।
Namaskar, Honorable Justice Shri B.P. Kotaki, Shri Vishwajit Daimarie, Honorable Speaker of Legislative Assembly, Professor Nani Gopal Mahanta, Advisor, Education, Government of Assam, Shri Devjit Saikia, Advocate General of Assam, Shri S.S. Meenakshi Sundaram, Commissioner and Secretary to the Governor, Professors of Law Faculty, PG Law students of various universities and colleges of the city, representatives of print and electronic media, esteemed guests. It gives me immense pleasure to be with you here this morning on the occasion of celebration of Constitution Day, which marks the anniversary of adoption of Constitution of India. November 26th, 1949 heralded a new beginning in the annals of the governance of our country. This was the day which marked the adoption of our Constitution, which laid down a framework of political codes, structures, procedures, powers and duties of government institutions, fundamental rights, directive principles, and most importantly, fundamental duties of our citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, 26th November is a day on which we should recall and rejoice the monumental contributions of the men and women who toiled hard day in and day out to complete a mammoth task of crafting a constitution for free India. Their hard-earned efforts manifested in a document which continues to be the guiding light for all of us. An important role played in this mammoth exercise was Baba Sahib Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, the chairman of the drafting committee, who was awarded the Bharat Ratna posthumously in 1915 in honor of Dr. Baba Sahib's 125th birth anniversary. Government of India under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi decided to observe November 26th every year as Constitution Day. Rajbhavan Assam started celebrating Constitution Day since 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, India is a union of states. It is a sovereign, socialist, secular democratic republic with a parliamentary system of government in power. Our country is governed as per the Constitution of India, which came into force on 26th January 1950. Our Constitution is supreme and over and above everything and everyone else. It is something that we worship in democracy. Constitution is meant for the well-being of the public. It is such an important document that everybody should have fair knowledge of it. Therefore, Constitution should be taught right from the schools. The school students public and everyone in general should read the Constitution and thereby should know their rights and duties. Constitution is not a secret book only meant for advocates or the top bureaucrats. The common masses should have fair amount of knowledge about the Constitution. The social organizations, schools and colleges should observe the Constitution Day in such a manner so as to promote the spirit of fundamental rights enshrined in the Constitution. I am happy this year Constitution Day is being celebrated in Guwahati at 5 places, including High Court of Assam, Government of Assam, one private university, one our state university, and one more than 5 I have counted. 5 places it is a good development. I wish that Constitution Day should be celebrated in all the colleges, schools, and the universities. The most remarkable feature of the Constitution of India is its a unique philosophy which is everlasting. The framers of our Constitution were very intelligent and farsighted, who had made the provision to give future generations the power to amend the Constitution in accordance with the exigencies of time. Our Constitution is not static, but a living document. The framers of the Constitution perhaps thought that a dynamic word, the best way to fulfill the aspirations of people is to allow the amendments in the Constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, the adoption of the Constitution was a milestone in Indian democratic journey. Over the 7 decades, as the democratic values have deepened, so has the demand for fundamental rights. But I sincerely believe, as the demand for fundamental rights are increasing, we should be in a position to forge a right balance between fundamental rights and duties. I believe every person should contribute towards the nation building, do his or her responsibilities sincerely, to pay respect to our fundamental duties in the right earnest. The fundamental duties were adopted in the Constitution by 42nd Amendment and are, as under, I would like to re-emphasize again and again our fundamental duties. It shall be the duty of every citizen of India to abide by Constitution and respect its ideals and institutions, the national flag and national anthem, to cherish and follow the noble ideas which inspired our national struggle for freedom, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India, to defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so, to promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic and regional or sectional diversities, to renounce practices derogatory to dignity of women, to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture, to protect and improve the natural environment including forests, lakes, rivers and wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures, to develop the scientific temper, humanism and the spirit of inquiry and reform, to safeguard public property and to endure violence, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of educational and achievements. Who is a parent or guardian to provide opportunities for education to his child or ward between the age of 6 and 14. The government in all its organs, that is legislature, executive and judiciary, draws its powers from the Constitution. Indian Constitution is a federal and in nature with a unitary spirit. There is a three-tier government structure with independent judiciary. Separation of powers is ensured among the three organs of the state. Although the parliament is empowered to amend the constitution, it is not supposed to amend the basic structure of the constitution. This was laid down in the landmark judgment of Keshwanand Bharti versus State of Kerala in the year 1973. In the constitutional scheme of things, judiciary is the final arbiter of the constitution. It is mandated by the constitution to act as watchdog, preventing any overstepping of the constitutional bounds by other two organs, that is executive and the legislature. It protects the fundamental rights of the citizens from the infringement by any state organ. Independence of judiciary cannot be taken away under any guard. Indian Constitution is a fine blend of securing its people's fundamental rights and realization of aspirations of the people in the directive principles and execution of these provisions by providing checks and balances among the three organs of the government for fair governance. Its enduring quality is tested in the last seven decades with 101 amendments. Its dynamism to respond to the changes taking place in the fast developing countries like India is also proved. In the end, I can state with pride that we have a constitution that is robust, comprehensive, stable, and dynamic enough to realize the aspirations of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, time has come for us to focus on duties. As all of us know, fundamental rights are legally enforceable. There is no adequate instrument by which fundamental duties can be enforced. It is my ardent request to everybody on this occasion to reflect on fundamental duties and make them an integral part of our individual disposition. In my opinion, people of our country should be united to mobilize the public and generate massive awareness for fundamental duties. People's movement is the strongest tool in a democracy. So the Indian democracy also, there should be large-scale public mobilization for generating awareness and molding public opinion for rendering fundamental duties. Ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, I would like to flag an important point, and that is this year we are celebrating 72nd anniversary of adoption of Constitution. Let us all join hands to make this year's celebration an epoch-making and worth remembering by not just organizing events and commemorations, but by giving constitutional ethics a wider prominence in our thinking and actions. At the same time, we must strive to generate greater awareness about the Constitution and the rights and duties it endows on us. We must always believe that the Constitution has been framed for us, and we must use this as the guiding light for our forward march. With these words, I convey my heartfelt greetings to all on this occasion. Thank you. Jai Hind.
মুকলি হল ডাটা মেচিনৰ নতুন শ্বৰুম ডাটা মেচিন ফিউচাৰ ৱৰ্ল্ড বজাৰত উপলব্ধ সকলোবোৰ অত্যাধুনিক সামগ্ৰী পোৱা যাব এই শ্বৰুমত বছ JBL ছনীৰ লগতে উচ্চ প্ৰাবল্য স্পীকাৰো পোৱা যাব এই শ্বৰুমত লগতে আধুনিক মোবাইল এক্সেসৰিজ স্ক্ৰীন প্ৰটেক্টৰ ইয়েৰফোন কেছ এণ্ড কাভাৰ পাৱাৰ বেংক উপলব্ধ এই শ্বৰুমত ডাটা মেচিন হৈছে গুৱাহাটীৰ একমাত্ৰ শ্বৰুম য'ত উপলব্ধ টেম্পাৰ কাভাৰ ইয়েৰফোন চাৰ্জাৰৰ লগতে আন বহুতো এক্সেসৰিজ এই সকলোবোৰ লেটেষ্ট গেজেট লাভ কৰিবলৈ আহক আমাৰ নতুন শ্বৰুম ডাটা মেচিনলৈ ডাটা মেচিন ফিউচাৰ ৱৰ্ল্ড অপজিট টু দা উলুবাৰী পেট্ৰল পাম্প নিয়াৰ কল্যাণ জুৱেলাৰ্ছ GS Road গুৱাহাটী 7 ফোন নম্বৰ 6901268874 7086094885